Mike Davis, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Snapchat stock falling more than 25% after its Q3 earnings report that just came out yesterday. We're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know with Snapchat. What happened? Is this going to see a trend to the downside? Is this the end for Snapchat? Should you be buying this dip? Everything that you need to know transpiring with Snapchat stock, and is this going to be a trend that we see continue in 2022 with major corporations with horrible earnings that is going to continue to lead to price compression in the stock market and their stock pricing valuations in the future of 2022. But before we get into that, make sure you sit back, you enjoy today's video, you hit the like button, you subscribe to the channel, and you stay to the end of this video when I'm going to break down and give you my thoughts and opinions on Snapchat stock. Is this a bargain price or should you stay away from Snapchat right here, right now? But that being said, let's jump right into today's video. Snapchat stock falling more than 25% after revenue hit by shrinking advertiser budgets. So, what happened? What caused the major drop? Well, let's get into it. Snap on Thursday reported revenue of $1.13 billion for the 3 months ending in September. This is their Q3 of 2022. A slight 6% increase from the year prior and less than Wall Street had expected. And the company confronts tightening advertiser budgets in an uncertain economy. This is going to be a trend that we continue to see in 2022. Uncertain economy is going to lead to price compression, and we're going to see corporations and advertising shrink in a big way, as advertisers are not going to want to spend the money they once did because of this uncertainty in this economy. In a letter to investors, Snapchat parent company said its revenue growth was slowed by several factors, including growing competition and jitters from advertisers who make up its core business. Not what you want to hear if you're an investor in Snapchat. We are finding that our advertising partners across many industries are decreasing their marketing budgets, especially in the face of operating environment headwinds, inflation-driven cost pressures, and rising costs, the company said in their letter. And I think this is what you want to key in on, is what they said right here. This is not going to be with just Snapchat. This is going to affect major corporations across the board, as advertising and businesses are going to shrink down what they once spent because of all the uncertainty with inflation and the macro landscape of 2022. Shares then fell 25% in after-hours trading following the earnings report. Scary, scary days out there in the stock market. Snap's report kicks off what is expected to be a sobering tech earnings period, as layoff announcements, hiring freezes, and other cost-cutting measures have become increasingly common in the industry amid fears of a looming recession. This is what you want to key in on as well. This could be a trend that we see continue in 2022 with bad earnings and companies' price compression in stock market pricing, as we are going to see what companies are doing in the face of what is looming with a macro economy recession and every turmoil that lays in that. So, to continue, Snap helped set off a wave of anxiety among tech investors when it warned in May the company had worsened faster than expected, cutting it into revenue and profit forecasts for the quarter. In late August, Snap announced plans to lay off more than 20% of its more than 6,400 global employees, or more than 1,200 staffers. And this is what you need to also key in on, is that this is after a revision. They came out in August and revised what they believed that Q3 would look like, trying to warn investors that this could be ugly, and yet the stock still fell 25% after the earnings came out. Like other tech corporations, Snap had to comfort headwinds from rising inflation, stronger dollar, and broader economic jitters that are leading some advertisers and consumers to rethink their spending in the United States and abroad. Snap has also faced increasing competition from the fast-growing competitors like TikTok, and still navigating its digital ads business in the wake of policy changes implemented by Apple that have made it more difficult for marketers to target users with ads. There were some glimmers of hope in Snap's report, though, including the number of daily active users growing 19% year over year, which is incredibly bullish, to reach 363 million in the third quarter. Its net loss was also smaller than Wall Street had expected, but the company nonetheless lost 360 million in the quarter compared to a 72 million in the year prior. Much of that loss, 155 million of it, came from restructuring charges related to layoffs. Snap declined to provide financial guidance for the final 3 months of the year. In its letter to investors, the company said, "We expect that the operating environment will continue continue to be challenging in the months ahead, and that we believe the actions of taking and provide a clear path for Snapchat. So this is another warning sign for investors out there in the tech market that we are going to see this trend to continue, that we are not going to see companies want to forecast in the future because of everything happening and all the uncertainties in the macro environment. So what's happening with Snapchat today? Well, you can see not much is getting better. Even after the major sell-off, we saw Snapchat trending around almost $11 before the after hours, before this Q3 report came out, and we saw it plunge 25%, and we are seeing a little bit of a trend to the upside, but nothing to be excited about, falling all the way down to $7.50 and really kind of just maintaining that level. Not what you want to see if you're an investor in Snapchat, and this is also happening with the market being extremely green today. So you're seeing the Dow futures up 700 points, S&P futures almost up 100 points, and the NASDAQ futures up almost 270 points. Even with all this bullshit in the overall market, you are still seeing that nobody is wanting to touch Snapchat at this valuation because of how bad that Q3 report is going to be and how they were reluctant to give guidance of Q4. So not much to forecast and be excited about Q4. This is going to be, in my opinion, what we continue to see to be a trend in 2022 with tech companies and big corporations start to reevaluate the conditions of their companies with all the turmoil, with all the recession fears and everything that's happening in the macro landscape. And in my opinion, Snapchat right now is not worth the valuation. Even at these levels, could we see a nice little return to the upside with some bullishness and a little bit of relief rally in the overall market? Yes. But however, if I'm an investor and that after this letter of Q3 reports came out and they're reluctant to give me any type of guidance for Q4, like Tesla came out, had a little bit of negativity around their earnings report. However, Elon Musk gave guidance for the future to get investors excited about what the future was going to hold. That gives you a little bit more confidence, even after bad earnings, to trust the corporation, to trust the company and the ownership to get you to where you believe they can go. With Snapchat not giving guidance, not reassuring investors, in my opinion, I would be staying away from this, but I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Is this going to be something that we see continue in 2022? Negative earnings affect massive decouplings and price compression in the stock valuations. I want to know your thoughts and opinions. That being said, thank you for turning in to Financial Freedom, the channel that shows up every day to bring you everything and anything that you need to know that's happening in the macro stock market and anything in between to help you navigate your way to financial freedom. The ultimate goal with this channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.